applied to Oxford, I saw that there was limited insight into what it was really like to study here. So I came up with the idea to start a new series where I asked my friends what it's like doing their subjects. From well-known courses like engineering to niche subjects like classical archaeology and ancient history, I wanted to show you what it's really like being an Oxford student. So...
Hey, my name's Michael. I'm a first-year PPE student at St. Hugh's College.
Yes, my people, my name's Sean. I'm studying PPE at Mansfield College, and I'm in first year.
Wait, what do you want us to do?
Hello, bonjour, ciao.
Oh, wait.
Ciao, bonjour, hello. Hola. Wait, what other hello? Hello in a different language.
Buongiorno.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
That's too similar.
No, yeah, no, say it.
Or is that Italian?
What about in
What's
your
your
language?
bar?
Yeah, you're right.
Baoni.
Baoni.
A capo.
A capo. I'm like,
Yeah, hello, bonjour, ciao, you know.
hello, bonjour, ciao.
But why hello, bonjour, ciao? And why not like
It's useless. I don't know why you picked it.
some European influence?
Yeah, isn't it? You've been
Personally, innit?
colonized. That's all about PPE.
Yeah,
How have you been influenced?
personally.
Anyway.
Hello, bonjour, ciao. Ciao.
Hello, bonjour, ciao.
Ciao.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tolu and I'm a first year medical student at the University of Oxford. And this video is not going to be about me.
Man said University of Oxford, is that what you're on? Saying off here.
Wow.
I didn't realise that. Every thumbnail. You
Okay,
know.
cool. Thank you.
Logo.
Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, I have brought two of my friends here to film a video about what it's like to be a PPE student. So,
Come on.
this is Sean. This is Michael. I have some questions to ask them to just give you guys more insight on what it's like to study PPE here, so you guys just have more of a one-on-one connection with this place. So the first question I have for you guys is, what is PPE?
What is PPE? PP stands for Philosophy, Politics and Economics. And it's a degree here at Oxford.
Wow, it's a degree.
It's a degree. It's not a joint honours degree, actually. So even though you're studying 3 subjects, it's just one degree. And it's something that's offered here, but not at the counterpart, so Cambridge.
Yeah, and I think the combination of like politics, philosophy, and economics works quite well together because I don't know, they kind of interlink. Even though we will, in our exams we get examined
Yeah.
on it
Really
separately,
definitely.
but like it's quite important to like, especially if you're interested in politics, to know about economics.
Yeah.
And then philosophical thinking like underpins everything pretty
Yeah.
much.
Cool, calm. So next question is, why did you choose your subject?
So
Well, yeah,
A levels to begin with.
yeah, because
Oh yeah, we
yeah,
should
by the
say.
way, yeah, we forgot to say this.
Um,
Like, we've known each other since year 7.
Yeah, we went to the same secondary school. That being said, we didn't go to a private school or even a grammar school. It
And
was
you
more.
guys made it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was more so working together.
Yeah.
That's what like pushed us along and
Yeah.
made sure that like we like pushed each other, and then we got here, so we like reached the top. So.
Yeah, so when it came to like choosing what degree we wanted to do, I think both of
started
us,
with law.
we started off thinking about law. And then like his A levels,
Yeah, so I did politics, economics, and maths.
yeah.
So then I actually enjoyed the topics, and I was like, you know what, I actually might do this for uni.
Yeah.
And then
like for me, I think I did English lit, maths, and then government and politics, and then PPE. Like I've always been very interested in politics, and I thought that, you know what, I think this is something that I'd enjoy more at uni than law. And then you just came, I think, Target Oxbridge.
yeah, so I joined a scheme called Target Oxbridge. Tolly's probably like talked about it before. And then so when I had my meeting, my initial meeting, they kind of introduced me to PPE. And even though I'd heard about the course, I'd never really considered it because I've always thought when people say PPE, it's always like so future politician, future prime minister, and it's always like it's a elitist subject. And I didn't even know they offer it at other universities as well. But when I really started looking into it, I was actually like, I do enjoy the mix. So I ended up applying to like PPE everywhere I applied to as well.
Yeah, and also the first ever like pathways open day thing I've been to was in like year 11. It's like an access day. It was held at Exeter College, I think, and we got like lectured by PPE professors and stuff. So that was my first like encounter with PPE as a subject. And yeah, like thank God I took it instead of law, to be honest.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
tell you that much. Thank God.
Just to provide some more context, if you don't know, Target Oxbridge is just a scheme that's held to sort of support kids of African and Caribbean descent to help them apply to Oxbridge. So me and Michael both did it together, and that's how we met ages ago.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I'm stuck with him for his degree.
Can't
Can't lie, yeah. I fumbled the bag. Not
to
joining
apply.
Target Oxbridge.
Definitely
not
apply.
applying. Definitely
Yeah.
apply,
And
please.
they do like a ongoing application, so even if you haven't applied at the start and you just email them back and say, I didn't apply, there may be a possibility that they'll still kind of accept you in, even if it's just for like interview workshops and stuff. So definitely try for it.
So yeah, if you meet the criteria, definitely do apply, because it's a really amazing scheme to sort of be a part of. And continuing on from that previous question, like some of you guys have already mentioned what you've done. What sort of things did you sort of help? What did you do to sort of help boost your application? I want Sean to begin with his time on television and his career back in the day.
Career
Tell us more
politician.
about that, Sean.
Mad. I didn't know I was gonna get drawn out like that. I don't know, like, so ever since like year 8 and stuff, I think I've just been naturally like, I don't know, drawn to politics. So then like I was part of like the UK Youth Parliament. Essentially just a group of young people working together, attending meetings to try and address the problems young people face in your areas, etc. And like, I don't know, when you just like doing stuff, I guess it's the same way if you play for like a football club and you get to a high level and
Yeah.
start playing matches for the team and stuff. Like, I got to quite a high level in the UK Youth Parliament, so then I started doing like media representation for them and stuff. Yeah, like, so I completed like some interviews on TV and radio talking about politics and just stuff like that, really. I mean, at the end of the day, like, that is, you don't need to do all of that to get in here to study PPE, like, as I'm sure Michael will tell you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, bro.
This is editing Tolu. You may hear a couple of door slams and like other noises in the background, but that's just because some people ended up like wandering in when we were filming. So sorry about that, because I can't control them. But hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and back to Michael.
Because we went to the same school, so I had like a different path. So I didn't do any like national politics or anything. Basically, just did like your basic school council and whatnot, and that's how I got here. But in terms of like extracurriculars, I did like essay competitions as well. I didn't actually win any essay competitions, but I think it's just the act of doing it, just to show that you're interested in the subject. Because whilst it is really great to have your supercurriculars down and like definitely put those in your personal statement, they're looking for you here at Oxford at least to have an academic interest in your subject. So you really want to show that you're engaging in the subject, and you can do that through a variety of ways, basically. So essay competitions. What else?
Yeah, also like read some books.
Yeah, books, podcasts.
Yeah, I think the whole thing about books, it does put people off because you think you have to read like a ton of books for your personal statement.
Right.
I literally read like 2.
Yeah,
Or 3.
I had two books in my personal statement. So
Yeah. But yeah.
yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, so the next question is, what universities did you guys actually apply to, other than Oxford?
Actually apply to, like I didn't apply.
He's not actually a student here.
Yeah, who are you? So other than Oxford, where did you guys apply to?
We were the same,
Were
except
we
for
the
one.
same?
Except for one.
Which one?
I applied to Bath. You applied to.
No, I applied Bath.
Where did I not apply Bath? No, you applied Bath. I applied Exeter.
No, I applied Exeter. You applied
That was-
Bristol.
Bristol.
Yeah.
Bristol. Okay, yeah.
Alright,
Just
So-
say all of the universities.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
B is in the background helping us with the video. She's just our rational, voice, because these two by
Yeah, no,
themselves, no.
So we did the same thing except for one. So you applied to.
No, you
Just
So
say the
Okay,
university.
so, okay.
no, wait,
Cool,
no.
Wait, so
Alright, Nottingham, Exeter, Bath, Bristol. He did Bristol. I did Bath. Chill.
wow.
Oxford.
Whoa.
That's it. You only have
And
5.
I forget. I can't lie.
You
No,
only
I
have
didn't do
5
Now we do
Bristol.
that again.
No, I didn't do Bristol.
Do you not do?
Do you know what, guys? If you don't remember, you don't remember.
Nottingham.
Okay, no. So I did Oxford, Warwick. You say Warwick. Okay.
Bang on.
So Oxford, Warwick, Nottingham.
It's done.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's done. We named everything. That was a very
They're
very
definitely all
difficult
named. They're all
question.
You can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I have to.
Interesting fact as well. PP at Warwick is A*star A. PP at Oxford
Did I
is
ask?
3 A's. No, that's interesting. So like, if you work
But how
towards
do
your.
you- She wasn't going to ask you that. I think that's why she said that.
Cool.
But also at Warwick, it's a bit different because
They push it together.
they merge it together. So then your exams, like you're writing about philosophy, politics, and economics in like one exam for like one question.
So how is that different to Oxford then?
Oxford keep it as 3 separate.
Completely separate.
Yeah, you don't do any
Never any
papers
crossover.
that cross around basically. Like you can do a philosophy paper that's political philosophy, but it's not that you're working both in the politics department and the philosophy department. It's going to be a philosophy paper, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, calm. So the next question is, what is your favourite thing about your subject? And don't lie, like just be honest.
So like initially, like I I applied because I really enjoyed econ. I didn't do further maths, and maths wasn't my like go-to subject. So I knew I wasn't going to do economics at Cambridge as well. So when I got that passion for econ, PPE looked like a really good degree because it had economics, it had maths, which I wanted to keep with, and it also had like other subjects as well that I could do some more essay writing as well, because that's the one.
Yeah, my favourite part of PP is definitely the politics. Like, it's just so interesting to me. Like, just because we even did like an essay about like bargaining strategies and how to persuade people, this that. So yeah, it just depends what you're interested in. Because I think everyone, or pretty much most people who apply for PPE, like they're quite good or passionate about definitely one strand at least.
Another one that they're interested in, and the third one.
The third one's a bit of a risk.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people don't do philosophy. Both of us never looked at philosophy really before.
To be fair, I never did econ either.
Exactly. But have it in your personal statement as well. Try and do some reading and try and garner even like a basic interest for it, because that's what they're looking for. They're not necessarily looking for you to be the best at all three.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can drop one, and most people do drop one in the second year. So you don't need to like excel in all three basically.
Great. So if that was your favourite thing, what is the worst thing about your subject?
Now PP is quite good still.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, so we have like mid-range contact hours. No. But like we've got mid-range contact hours, so not too many.
So basically,
not
the timetable is not as heavy as mine. So I do work.
No, because
almost 9 to
there's
5
a bit of
every day.
But here's the thing. I 100% believe we get more work to do than medics.
So this is editing Tolu again, and all I can tell you is that Sean is capping. Like, that boy likes to chat the most when there's no need, which is why politics is the best degree for him. Yay.
No, I think at the end of the day we do.
These boys are mad. I'm telling you, they're mad.
Yeah.
Like, because you just have a textbook, you read it.
Imagine having a textbook. We answer questions, with our reading is like
it's just
reading that people read to write textbooks.
Yeah.
That is rude.
So
that is rude.
There's no like, you have to interpret everything for yourself. I think the worst part about the degree, I would say, I don't even know.
No, I'll tell you what the worst part is.
Look how he's ready. He's ready to tell all.
No, so when you're at school, the learning is that it's a bit different in the sense that you have the information, and then like you do a lot of like questions after to consolidate it. But with PPE, because like you're always doing something different, once you're learning all this new information, like you learn econ one day, then you have to write a philosophy essay the next day. You don't get time to like actually deep what you're reading or understand it. It's quite like superficial and very fast paced.
Yeah, Oxford is definitely very fast paced.
And then it forces you in the VAC to go over everything.
So the VAC is the vacation, so like
it's basically half term for uni, but longer.
Yeah.
And then but then I'd rather like, because it's quite intellectual and quite demanding topics that you learn as well. Especially when it comes to things like general philosophy, when you're talking about consciousness and the mind and survival and all of this, like you would want something which is, you'd want like a consolidated like understanding of it, but like the way the structure of PP works, it doesn't allow you to have that in the short term.
In the first year, in the second year, and the third year, like they've said that you do get to go more in detail. But definitely in
the first year,
because it's kind of like it was described to me as like trying to put everybody on the same level. So as I said, because certain people haven't done philosophy before, certain people did it to A-level standard. The first year course is very like basic, just to get everybody to one level.
So basically
so
standardising everything.
Exactly, so that you can build on top of that in the second and third year. So you can end up going into like your interests and really like keying down on one subject and one like particular topic.
But it'll get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still good. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a second term of first year, and you guys have 2 years and a term to go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll still be here for another 3 years after that, but
Yeah.
we move. So next
Hopefully.
question. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
How would you say that?
We will.
So the next question is, what things did you wish you knew before you came here? So in regards to your subject or applying, just anything to do with PPE, what did you wish you knew before you came here?
I think the how much independent work it is. I was kind of lost a bit in first term, I think, because I was kind of waiting for somebody to teach you and to kind of like give you the information a bit more. Because yes, at A level you do have a lot of independent work, but at uni it's a whole other level. You sit there with the books and you're just expected to come up with an essay. And so when you kind of realise that, and that it's realised that it's all upon you and your thoughts and what you kind of believe in a way, then it just gets a bit better because you kind of understand that. But I would definitely say if you definitely walk into like Oxford and Cambridge, know that it's all about you, it's your learning, and it's very like independent, and be ready for that.
Yeah, I pretty much just agree with that. I'm not too sure what I would have wanted to know. I just know like, I don't know, because everyone when you come to say what?
I disagree with that.
No, I said I meant to say I agree with that.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. I didn't
Mrs. White enunciating is very important.
Alright, thanks for that. Anyways, I would say that because everyone knows like Oxford's hard,
Yeah.
but there's no way like anyone could give you this like an
right.
amount of information to prepare you how deep it can get sometimes.
Mhm.
But it's still good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
prefer Michael just keep it. It's still good.
Disclaimer, like we'd still want to be here.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't give it up for anything else. But yeah, maybe like just bettering my time management skills. Like understanding that like when you come, you have to make your own timetables and like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very small thing, but like literally the first week on freshers, I was like, wait, so I have to try find out all this information for
Yeah,
myself
exactly.
when my lectures are this that. Because no one gives
tells
it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone gets through it. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
and PP is good in terms of was social science and because politics and economics are social sciences, philosophy is a humanity. So in terms of that, we're quite well balanced. Like a history student, for example, they have far more independent work and far less contact hours. So they're kind of in their room or in the library a lot, just reading and working through by themselves. So you kind of have to find that balance in whatever subject you get. But like medicine, you've always got contact hours.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a continuation from school that you're always expected to wake up, go to your lectures, go to your labs. But for us, it's a bit more independent, kind of find your own timetable kind of way.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's still independent for us, but we just have more contact hours.
Cool.
Yeah.
No.
Don't dispute my subject.
Calm.
Thank you. So the next question is, aside from your subject, how is Oxford life in general? How have you found being here so far?
Yes, it's pretty lit.
Yeah, no, it's
Can't
good.
lie.
Shout out to the ACS.
Yeah, shout out to
and
ACS, man.
future ACS president.
Hey!
Oh.
El Jefe! El Jefe.
Fam.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like you can get involved in a lot of things.
So what kind of things are you guys already involved with?
Actually, don't do that much.
Okay, yeah, Michael does nothing. Sure.
ACS. Still.
Yeah, so I mean ACS, yeah.
What is ACS, first of all?
ACS stands for the president goes here.
The ACS is the African and Caribbean Society. It basically helps like empower and like just make sure students of African and Caribbean descent just are in touch, culturally connected as it were. And like we just have the littest events.
Yeah.
Like when I say that events are the best in Oxford, and also at the same time, like even if you have to be of African and Caribbean descent to be a member, but
People turn up.
most events, if not all events, anyone can come.
Yeah. Just
So,
invite
like,
your friends over.
Yeah,
and
it's
Yeah.
very
amazing
very
time.
inclusive. Like it's not the whole thing where like you're not African and Caribbean.
You
go
have to
away.
be black to go.
Yeah, no, like anyone could come through. And I think just that having that family vibe and
It's good.
all being from like
It's
a
very
common
important.
culture is
And
very
like what you
important,
find
yeah.
out is because you're in college a lot, it's really good to do outside of college activities so that you can like meet new people.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
the good thing about Oxford is you have colleges, so it's kind of like you have your own little sixth form. You know everybody here. If you
Yeah.
go to like a small sixth form, you know everybody in there. You've got people, but at the same time, it can be a little bit claustrophobic if you don't
If you
take
don't
the time
leave.
to like leave
Yeah.
and find new people, because you are in a whole university, not just your college. You can kind of get stuck in there if you don't allow yourself. But some people like that as well.
Yeah.
Some people like to just stay with the same 50 or 100 people. So
50 or 100
50
people.
or 100 people. That's quite a big jump.
Quite big, yeah.
no, because like there's really small colleges. You've got like St Edmund's Hall. Yeah. Yeah, you've got permanent private halls which are like really small, and I think it goes up. St Cat's I think has the biggest freshers intake.
I mean, Mansfield
which is
only has
100
like
and something.
70 people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keble has 120 undergrads
St Hugh's has like
In
100.
in first year. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
calm. Okay, so this is the last question.
Oh wow, already.
The last question. What advice would you give for the future PPEists? One bit of advice, like the most important thing that you'd offer out.
At what stage?
Yeah, that was applying.
People who are applying.
here.
So, what advice would you
offer.
give to applying PPEists?
Okay, yeah.
Sean, anything?
I'd say that the most important part, not the most important part, but just like for me personally and you as well,
Yeah.
is trying to get the TSA right. So the TSA is the Thinking Skills Assessment, which is the pre-admission test to get into PPE if you want to study it here at Oxford. And essentially, like, it's a test which they use to see how well you can actually do on the course, because it tests you on your critical thinking
Yeah.
and your problem solving abilities. Now, when I say, yeah, me and this guy did it for the first
A
time
lot.
in class. Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
first
we
time ever.
failed. We failed.
Bro,
we failed.
so you need like a good like
60 something.
60 plus.
Yeah.
Then you have a good shot at making like the
Out of what?
interviews.
Interviews.
It's a TSA score, so
Yeah.
it's like it's a standardized score, so it's not really out of like marks
Yeah.
or anything. So you need like a 60 plus or like a high 60 to do well. Me and him got like 20s.
Yeah,
it was
bad.
deep.
It was bad.
It was so deep. And then the way I patterned it, yeah, and this is some real knowledge, you know,
He's getting
coming at you. No, I'll tell you why. It was a big statement for me to even pass that test, because like I was actually flopping it differently. Anyways, yeah, like on it, yeah, they ask you, like, what's a conclusion? What's an assumption? This, that. But then you have to do I even know what a conclusion is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, you need to
you need to understand what it actually
what it's
means,
asking.
or like what an assumption actually is. So then I found like this BMAT app, which explains to you how to find conclusions, how to find assumptions, this, that. I don't know, right? Big medicine and that. Yeah.
The
You get it,
BMAT,
you get it,
the
you get it.
BMAT is a pre-admissions test for medicine.
Yeah, and then like you just had to try to find out and like understand what it means to well, just understand what's in front of you, really.
Yeah, just what it's asking.
Yeah, what it's
because
asking.
that's half of like the journey.
Yeah, and then practice it
And then
bare.
Yeah. Don't. Some people say don't practice it a lot.
No,
I don't know about those people.
Don't like, man.
Don't become obsessed with it, because
What?
like you've got a degree, but
All
you've
degree,
got
go
you've got A
A-levels.
levels. But I would
No,
say
I'd
go
I'd say
through
become
it.
obsessed with it. You know.
I would say go through it regularly.
Do you know what it is? Do you know? Do you know what it is as well?
I was gonna say, like, because obviously the admissions test before your, like all your A level shit like kind of hits, because it's like October.
Yeah.
You have like the times.
I would say summer. Summer
Yeah,
is the
like
time.
Summer's the time to
So
tackle
in your
it.
summer, I would say just be going through it quite a lot.
Every single one in the summer, because then what are you gonna do? Like,
Oh no, yeah, don't do every single one. So I remember I left like the last two that I didn't touch, and sometimes I even repeat questions because you do forget about the answer, and it's about working through the process. So that when it came to like the week before, I sat like the most recent one for the first time, and I see how that panned out. So don't do all of them. Leave like a few to the end, and you don't have to sit down and do an exam condition from the very start. I think it's just about familiarising yourself with the format. So that you
Yeah,
understand
and
what's
it's
going
quite intense because a lot of people don't finish it.
Yeah.
I personally didn't finish it. On the actual day, I remember we were in the same room.
Yeah.
And I was looking over at him, yeah, and I was looking over at this other
We
boy
had
who's doing
another
another
guy.
test. I saw them man speeding
No,
through it,
whoa.
you know.
This is not.
I saw
no.
them man speeding through
For
it.
the first
and I
question-
thought, oh, I'm done out here.
the-
I'm done.
First question, I was sitting there. I couldn't answer it. All I see is two other people, them two, just turn their pages. I was like, huh? I got shook. So I was just like, I just picked an answer when, and I had to go back to that question.
So that
as
just
well.
shows you, don't.
But just take it at your
just
own
worry
pace.
about what you're doing. Don't even worry about what
Take it
I'm
at your
doing.
own.
And then because I missed out. I'll tell you why God's real, yeah. Because I missed out, yeah. As in when I say missed out, I didn't finish the last 3 questions.
Yeah.
Or last 4 questions, and it's multiple choice. So then I just guessed CCC, like because if you know, please
Yeah.
please guess our answer.
Yeah,
if you don't
if
know,
you don't know, put
just
something
please
down.
guess it, and especially if it's consecutively. Apparently, I don't know the maths behind
You
this,
probably forgot the math.
but it's better to guess the same one
'cause
each
then
time
probably
rather
one,
than random.
At least one would be right.
Anyways, look at the answers when it came out a year later. 3 of the 4
Yeah.
were 3 C's. So I guess 75% right.
It was what the universe, God wanted.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
TSA.
Yeah, look over
Do it.
it.
Look through it, man.
Yeah.
It's very
It just
important.
adds to it, and it is
Very
very important for Oxford. It doesn't matter for all the other universities, but if you are looking to go to Oxford, it is something that if you miss below it, it can completely wipe out your application unless it's like extenuating circumstances. So like if you go to a school in a certain area, then even if you get like a lower TSA score, they may still invite you to interviews. But for anybody else, if you get below, I don't know, probably like 50 or something, then it's a straight. Don't really consider your application. Kind
Yeah,
of
you,
So
you definitely need to
it's
try.
you need to pass
Yeah.
a mark in order to
Try hit
be seen.
like 62 plus.
Yeah, and sometimes like my highest TSA mark was the one that I sat. So sometimes it isn't the case that you may walk in and still be getting 58 or whatever, but the test you sit ends up
Yeah.
the test that you get a good mark in. So.
And I'm not trying to gas my brother here,
Ah.
but someone here got
TSA from the
an
summer.
above average TSA.
Yeah, do TSA from
Above
above
average.
from the start, so then you just start. But
Obviously, I can't
you
relate.
start-
I
you
got
start
below
guessing.
average, innit?
You start
But we
guessing.
moved.
but yeah, it adds to a lot. It gets you in the door basically. So yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. If you guys have any further questions about applying for PPE, go to the Oxford website, look at the stats on there to give you more tips and tricks on what to do.
Yeah.
Feel free to add some comments below and I'll try to answer as many of them as possible. And yeah, if you want to apply to PPE, good luck. Hopefully you'll see these guys. If you're
Yeah, when you
successful
come
with your
here.
application. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you
Hello,
in the
bonjour,
next
ciao.
one. Oh my god. Bye guys.
Hello, bonjour, ciao.
Oh.
What's
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Au revoir, and then it's ciao again. Ciao was hello and goodbye.
Hello, bonjour, ciao. Goodbye, au revoir.
Goodbye,
Ciao.
au revoir, ciao.
Ciao.
I'm
Yeah, you
fit.
should do that. That should be
You
your
can
first-
say it and I'll just end it properly. Go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Au
au
revoir,
revoir,
ciao.
ciao.
You know you can move. This is going online, mate.
Is
You're actually doing the most. You're doing the most.
What? Huh? What do you mean? Are you recording?
Can you say it with me?
Oh my god.
No,
No.
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Okay, go. Go.
Look, I can't lie. I'm gonna be the one giving you energy in it. Cause this man right here.
Wait,
yeah?
no, we're not taking the mick out of me in the YouTube
No, but it's.
video. Wait, no.
I'm joking. This is my guy. This is my guy. My brother.
I'm not consenting.
Alright,
No,
brother.
I'm serious. Like about the holistic approach. So they look at everything. So they look at your personal statement, your admissions test.
The coffee machine just went off. I don't know why.
Is that
Nah.
coffee
Is
coming
stuff
out?
coming out?
Yeah.
Michael,
No.
that's the coffee that you requested
Nah, it's
earlier.
not me.
Nah, let's
That's funny.
cut that out and wait
Yeah,
till
cut
that
that
to
out.
Just gonna let it slide.
Just cut that out.
We'll start from the beginning. I'll re-ask the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, re-ask the
Bro.
question.
Is it off?
Yeah, I think so.
Just
Okay.
unplug it. Or like,
I get scared.
or turn off the switch. Yeah.
It's a ghost. Okay.
What's gonna be doing is like genuine.
Shut up. Anyways, I don't know. Are we redoing that?
Yes!
Yeah. Okay.
These man are just chatting.
You know, we have to cut this whole thing out.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much
Can't see
for.
that, I'm
Oh
seeing-
my gosh,
okay,
can you
cool.
just
Sorry.
shush talking, please? No screenshot it, whatever.
Cut out certain elements. We have political careers potentially. We don't